So you've decided you want to move to Jamaica, have you? All right. Now, did you think about what you're going to do to earn money there? Do you need to earn money when you come to Jamaica? Is the idea of you're not being able to earn money when coming to Jamaica a concern that is stopping you from coming to Jamaica? If so, let me know in the comments. But for this video, I want to give you 5 ideas you can implement to make some money when you move to Jamaica. Hello there everybody, my name is Claudette. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back to Jamaican Gypsy Granny. Here we talk about, well, this series is about starting over in Jamaica. This may apply to people who are, just tired of where they are and want to start over in a new country. You may be at the stage of retirement and you want to start over in a new country. You may be in a country where the political climate is not very pleasant right now and you're thinking of moving. Or you may just be a returning resident who decided, hey, it's time for me to go back home to Jamaica. Whatever your reason for coming back to Jamaica or for deciding to move to Jamaica, welcome to the channel. And before I go into the meat of the matter, I would love it if you would give me a subscribe so that you can join the community and learn more about how to start over or move back to Jamaica. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get notified each time I post a video. So let's start with the first on our list. What can I do to start over in Jamaica? All right, so first on the list of things you can do when you come to Jamaica to make money, you could start a food service business. Now, what do I mean by this? Is there a particular food that you like to prepare? You could learn to deliver plates. You could start making plates. So now let me give you an example of what I did, and from that you can decide what you want to do. Now when I went to Mexico to live, I went there on a contract, and because of the advent of AI and more people moving to AI in doing their work, our contract was ended and I was at a loss as to what I was going to do to make money. Now, I did have the skill of a designer, which is what I did back home, but that wasn't such an easy start for me at the moment because swimsuits were so cheap over there. The idea of trying to buy fabric to make swimsuits, it wasn't going to work out for me. They could always go down to Walmart or whatever to get a swimsuit. But because of not having access to people my age, I started a group, a WhatsApp group for people over 50, which was called 55ers in Mexico. And I would do a social where they would come over to visit. Now, when I thought about what I was going to do to serve food, I said, you know what, it would be interesting to give them Jamaican patties. Where am I going to get Jamaican patties from? I'll make them. So I went on YouTube, I looked up the recipe, and I started making patties. And that was what gave birth to my business in Mexico. What was it? Claudette's Kitchens? Cocina Claudia? Yeah. Anyway, I started doing not only patties, but I would fry chicken and festival, something that most people weren't accustomed to. I would do rice and peas plates because you don't see that very often in Mexico, right? They don't do a lot of rice and red peas. I mean, it was difficult for me to even get red beans. The only place I would get it was to go to the market. Nowhere, no supermarket carried them. You could find 1,010,000 type of peas, beans, grains, whatever, but red pinto beans not available. All right, anyway, so I started doing that, and I started a business that could help out with supporting the family. And you could do that too if you come here. If there's something you're particularly good at in the cooking service, maybe you could offer that. You could visit schools and see if you could offer lunch. You could, there's so many ways that you can use this. I mean, if you're not too itty-tighty and you can cook soup, You can find a little corner in your community, put it out in front of your yard, and cook some soup and sell it. Buy a jerk chicken pan if you're good at barbecuing, and barbecue some chicken. There are ideas. Okay, I heard about this lady in Port Antonio. She came here and she went out on the street and she started doing porridge. So it depends upon what you're comfortable doing. But there are many aspects to the food industry that you can, oh my God, brain fart, that you can look into. I couldn't find the right word, but you can investigate and look into and discover ways to make money while you're living in Jamaica after moving here. All right, so number 2 on the list of things you can do in Jamaica to make money, you could offer care services. There are a lot of people who are moving here who was in that sort of business when they were living wherever they were, especially in the States, where they took care of elderly folk. This has now become a booming business in Jamaica because as much as we love our elders and like to keep them at home, there are times when things make it difficult for them to be with us. And so we either A, need someone to move in home with them and take care of them, or just visit and take care of them. As well as there are the last home, well, the home that we placed our elder with, when he became unable, when we were no longer able to manage him, was owned and operated by a girl who had moved here from the US and was doing that business. So this is something you can look into. Under the care umbrella, you may think of dog walking, you may think of babysitting. There are several different ways you can make money here to top up what you already have, or to what the hell? What's happening with my brain? Subsidize your income, and bring you some extra money. Another thing we could take a look at is, what skills do you have? I mean, I already mentioned cooking and starting a food service business, but what other skills do you have that you can offer? Because in Jamaica, a lot of people here make money just using their skills. You may be like me as a dressmaker, because even though I did not find the business opportunity to start that full-time in Mexico, there's this one lady who had hired me to make her, I think I made her 22 pieces. So you can come here and offer your sewing services, you can do alterations, whatever you decide. My line is I sew swimsuit and exotic dance wear, and you can come here and start your own business doing that. If you're into hair, you may be a hairdresser, you may be able to do braids, you may straighten hair, you may be a barber, whatever talent you have, carpentry, repairs, phone, you may repair a phone, you may have tech ideas, whatever skills you have, you can think of it how to commercialize it and help you to make money when you move here to Jamaica. All right. Now, another thing we can look at is digital work, especially for those foreigners who want to live here and they are not capable of becoming gainfully employed in Jamaica legally. You may be in a position where you're more dependent on your income and you do not have Social Security or retirement hasn't kicked in for you as yet. Then you can think about doing remote work from home. Even if you're a retiree and you are not one, if you're like me and you can't sit still at home and you want to just make some extra money to finance a more lavish lifestyle, you can think about doing remote work online as well as, remote work, because as long as it's based outside of your home country, then you shouldn't be in any legal entanglement for working in Jamaica if you are doing it outside of the country. Another idea for you, you can become a reseller. All right. Now, you know what? I don't know if we do. I don't think we have thrift shops here. Most of the times when people are getting rid of their unused clothing, they usually take it to the Salvation Army or well, the Salvation Army, or you just toss it. But this is something you may think of doing. You can start your own thrifting venture, because there are many of us who have outgrown clothes, we have baby clothes, we don't know what to do with them. So this may be something you could look at. Also, you could, bring in clothes from abroad. If you travel often, you could bring in clothes or items from abroad to resell. You can just think of reselling goods, and that would help you. If you've come here and you decided you wanted to be a farmer, live on the farm, produce your goods, sell them. There are so many ways for you to make money, and I'm hoping this will help you to motivate you to decide that when you come to Jamaica, you can find some way to make an income. So, if you've come to this far in the video, I hope you'll tell me what ideas, what skills do you have that you think you may be able to use to supplement your income. That was the word I was looking for earlier. Supplement your income, or to just bring in some income while you make your transition here to move in Jamaica. Leave a comment in the box telling me that, and don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit that thumbs up, give me a like, and I'd love it if you'd share the video with your friends and family. My name is Claudette, and I remain your Jamaican Gypsy Granny. Thanks for watching and being a part of our community. Ciao.